Here's the thing about Spider-Man 2, and that's the only scripted portion of this video. Look, I recently had the privilege to play Spider-Man 2 on PC because it came to Steam, finally, and I'm going to put aside the bugs, I'm going to put aside the poor performance now, because let's all be real, it's terrible. They did a really bad job with this port, but putting that aside, because I know there's some people who just want to highlight that, the game's still ass. I said it. Look, I'm sorry. I love Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong. I love Spider-Man. I have 100% of the first game, the second game, and about 100% the third. But it's such a big waste of potential. It is so incredible how close they were to making I'm gonna say a peak Spider-Man game, and they just handed in the towel. To start off with the characters in this game. Let's just actually, you know what? Let's step back actually first. First, let's do the highlights, like the great parts of the game: traversal, combat, animation to a certain point. Phenomenal. This new upgrade system that they have, it could have been worked on, but I'm still a fan that they're trying new things. Skill tree, it was cool. Some of these upgrades are a bit useless, and I don't really notice them, but still cool. The suits, besides not having many of the first original suits from like their own individual Spider-Man games, it was good. They had a okay suit selection. I think it could have been a lot better, and I would have preferred closer to 100 or so suits. But again, that's wishful thinking in this generation of gaming. But moving on from the positives, the story, the characters. What happened? What happened? I don't understand. Harry, MJ. Oh my god. I swear, I could not stand them in this game. MJ, I didn't mind in the first Spider-Man game too much. She was a little bit annoying. I hated her missions, but passable. It was a passable MJ. But in this game, why is she in every mission? Why am I as MJ, Mary Jane Watson, not playing as Spider-Man in a Spider-Man game? Look, anyway, Mary Jane Watson. Look, the developer, for whatever reason, he has this voice crack. Wow. For whatever reason, he loves having Mary Jane being a part of the crew. Look, man. No. It's like Sakura in fucking Naruto. Like, no, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's cool. Like, I can appreciate it, but no. But moving from that, Harry. Harry and Craven are my biggest problems with this game. Harry is thrust onto Peter, and we have no build-up of liking Harry. I don't like Harry. We have this forced little get-together at high school, which puts us in the worst mission in the game, so thanks, Harry. And then we also have doing carnival games, which is fun for the first playthrough, sure, but it feels so forced. I don't like Harry. He's not charismatic like his father, or he isn't powerful like his dad, or he isn't like funny like Peter, or isn't at least intelligent like Mary Jane. Like, he was just annoying. And I get that he's recovering with the symbiote suit, but him wanting to be spider pals? What the dude? Gonna put the fries in the bag. I think they did not focus. Like, if they wanted to do that, Harry wasn't likable enough, and they should have made it more of a point of contention for Miles, because Miles, like, for the first half of the game, he's like, yeah, bro, you're not answering my calls, and then all of a sudden he goes, you don't even answer my calls anymore, Peter. And then it's kind of, he's ignored for like a couple of days, and Miles starts freaking out. But mind you, Miles is the best in this game. Miles is at his absolute best in this game. Combat wise, I'm gonna say swinging wise, I'm gonna say even just character wise, he was at his best here. And Peter was at his worst. And that's kind of what the symbiote suit's meant to do, but Peter wasn't bad because of the symbiote suit. Peter was bad because Peter sucked in this game. Why did they nerf him so hard? This is like my headcanon, right? is that this is not the same Peter Parker. This cannot be. Because there's no way this Peter Parker took down the Sinister Six by himself, what, 14 broken bones or some shit? And now he gets, like, low diffed by a fridge. Like, come on. Come on. And Peter is so sorry in this game, and he's so weak in this game. Which would have been really cool if the Venom suit, you know, did more damage, but I'm gonna be real, man. Peter just got a little snappy. He just got a little shitty. Like, that's the extent of what Venom does to Peter. It makes Peter a little shitty, a little annoying. Like it doesn't change who Peter is. Now, this gets me onto the point of how to fix this, right? Imagine this. Imagine instead of Kraven just, you know, dying from cancer. Actually, never mind. Take that back. But look, imagine this. Peter gets the suit from Harry, right? Let's have the same setup. Peter gets the suit from Harry, and then Kraven starts going on an all-out assault. Like, he starts taking down villains. And I'm saying we see this, right? We actively, as Peter with the Venom suit, try to stop Kraven taking down random villains. So we can use villains like, you know, Rhino as an example. He already had his first game. He had a game where he was a big villain. You know, let's say we get rid of Rhino, right? And then with the Venom suit equipped, we try to stop Kraven, but Kraven, you know, for whatever reason, is goated and isn't losing. And let's say in one of these, you know, like Rhino goes, and then we try to stop the next attack, and then another villain goes. Let's say, you know, Lee's involved in this one, and Miles fucks up because Miles, you know, is whatever. Like, you know, he hates Lee. And then think about, like, the fallout between those two, right? Venom suit gets worse, you know, Venom, you know, since Miles fucked up, now the symbiote suit's like, well, we don't need Miles, maybe it's better with you and me. And, you know, Peter starts falling in that suit, then it makes sense while Miles starts freaking out. You see where I'm going with this? The build-up. It's all about the build-up, the middle. But for whatever reason, this game was built around it just being cool moments. It's cool moments in the game. Like the intro. It has no point to the story, but it's cool to look at. Or, you know, fighting Venom at the end. It's not cool anymore, but it looks cool. Like, you know, the fight itself looks visually cool. It's a game built off moments and built off, like, well, let's get this, like, the first time gameplay is gonna be crazy. But you think about, like, playing it again, I don't care. I don't care for these stealth missions. I don't care for this weak story around Venom. You know, what should have happened then, following that, is Peter should have then, you know, getting more and more angry with the symbiote suit on, then goes for Kraven, right? And has a big showdown like they did with Harry. So replace Peter but with Harry now. I mean, other way, Harry but with Peter. And then Peter Parker gets his first kill. Like, on Kraven, because he's so pissed off now. That internal conflict is wonderful. And then Peter's going to start freaking out because Mary Jane now has a proper reason to ride that Spiderman kills. Gets her promotion, looks good. Now Miles is under flak as well because now he's partnered with Peter. This is crazy. And now we have this great showdown of Peter and Miles, and it's this great big showdown of those two 1v1ing. Because Miles now is just like, nah, Peter, you've gone too far. And, you know, we can keep things the same with that, like, gun scene, like, you know, where MJ has the gun behind her back. It's just like, oh, see, I got you, bro. Put the frazzle back, MJ. But then, moving with that, then we have the big climactic fight between those two. They break out, and now Harry needs the suit, and we try to stop giving Harry the suit, but he has this freak out. Hopefully he does it in a much cooler way. You know what I mean? Like, maybe instead of it just being a bitch and really annoying, like maybe his dad gets it from him. Maybe they convince Harry, but Norman's too far gone. Plays into Green Goblin a bit better as well. Put me on the writing team. Put me on the writing team. Maybe not the dialogue, but the writing team. And which also sets us up beautifully for next game, mind you. And then, you know, now Harry, with the symbiote being so angry that Peter left him, now consumes Harry completely. And they have the whole heal the world aspect, and we keep that the same. But now Venom convinces Harry that, you know, oh, Peter doesn't want you, blah, 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 blah. Instead of, oh, we need Peter. nah, like we hate Peter now, and then Harry starts to hate Peter, and then we can keep things the same from there, where you know we run throughout New York trying to stop things and whatever, which is a cool segment, by the way. I will give them props there, and going into Spider-Man as well, relying on the suit, because people say this game's about addiction, but they never highlight Peter's addiction to the suit. Like it's so close to highlighting how easy life makes the suit for Peter, but we never really see it. I want to see more of it. I want to see Peter be strong or losing control with the suit. I feel like we kind of just get it through dialogue. They explain a lot of things through dialogue. They tell us, they don't show us. Like as an example with the Venom suit not being weak to fire, they literally just say, oh yeah, no, I don't feel a thing, which is fine. Like, that's not a bad thing in that case. But it's just an example that they kind of try to do a lot of show and tell, not show and tell, a lot of speak and tell, like a lot of presenting information rather than letting us digest it, which I think is part of this game's problem, that it doesn't trust our intelligence. It doesn't think we're smart enough. And now, the reason why this game is worse than the other two is purely off the story. If we're talking combat, we're talking traversal, I'm picking this one any day. If we're talking cool boss fights, yeah, I'm picking this game every day. If we're talking cool animations to look at, probably still 1, I'll be honest. The running sections and things like that in 1 were much cooler. Look, overall, I think this game's just rushed. I think, like this video, ironic, I think it's just rushed. I think they had such a good idea and so much good content to use that they blew their load. They just went because it was too much and not enough time. I think for the future game, honestly, I think you got to keep it simple now. I think we got to keep this. I don't know, actually. I'll be honest. I feel like we're setting up Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus again, but I don't know. I don't know if they can pull it off now, because I'm not really this Norman Osborn. I'm not invested in being Green Goblin. I don't believe it. I don't see it. There's no Willem Dafoe behind it. There's no slight twinge of crazy. He's just angry. So I don't feel like he's gonna work. Now, I don't know what other villains that Spider-Man really has voice crack. I'm not a big comic book person or anything, but I hope that like Venom or Carnage, I think probably Carnage comes back, and I hope we see more. And mind you, just as to clarify, again, I do love Spider-Man. Like, I've played through the other 2 games, I've 100% of them both. I even played through the Amazing Spider-Man 2 on my Xbox One. And you know what? That game wasn't bad either. I said it. Look, anyway, this video was hella rushed. I just want to put something out there because I was upset, and I wanted to talk about it. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. There's plenty more to come. I'm working on this big Mario and Sonic one. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Is that something I can say? It's scripted, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the thing joke. Later.